Hello students, welcome to AMIT'S Tuition Center. So today we are back with our topic, that is matrices. I have already written the definition of the matrix. That matrix is a regular arrangement of numbers or the functions. That is, in the matrix form we have to write any information in the number form, in the rectangular form. Suppose we have the information that Radha has. I am writing the information that Radha has 15 notebooks and 6 pens. Radha has 15 notebooks, 6 pens, and her friend is called Simran. Simran has 12 notebooks and 8 pens. So this is the information. I am taking the example of the matrix that Radha has 15 notebooks and 6 pens, and her friend Simran has 12 notebooks and 8 pens. So this is the information. We have to write this information in the rectangular form, in the matrix form. So we can write it in the as 15, 12, 6, 8. So this is the matrix. Regular arrangement of numbers or the functions. Here I am taking the example of the numbers that Radha has 15 notebooks. I am writing the notebooks, number of notebooks in the one row and the number of the pens in the second row. So it is the number for and we can also say that this matrix is the arrangement of, we can say that, number of rows and number of columns. Regular arrangement of number of rows and the number of columns, and we have to write any information it is the arrangement of number of rows and the number of columns. Matrix should be of any form, like I have written the two elements, it should be 3, 4, or number of the rows should be more or less. I can write more examples of matrices are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8, 7, 12, 13. So this is also matrix. I can write also this one like 1, 4, 12, 24, 18, iota. This is also matrix form, as it is an arrangement of numbers and functions. So as I have already told that arrangement of number of rows and columns, and we are, as we know, that horizontal lines in the matrix. So this is the matrix, this is matrix, this is also matrix. So now we have to know which one are the rows and which one are the columns. These horizontal lines, these are called the rows. These are called rows. These are called rows. This is row 1 and this is row 2. And again in this one, this is row 1, this is row 2, and this is row 3. Arrangement, these horizontal arrangements are called the rows, and vertical arrangements are called the columns. Vertical arrangement, like this one, 1, 4 and 7 are the columns. This is column 1, this is column 2, this is column 3. This is column 1, this is column 2, this is column 1, and this is column 2. This is row 1, this is row 2, and this is row 3. So it is basically, we can say that the matrix is the regular arrangement of number of rows and columns, and we have to write any information in the form of row, in the form of matrix. We can write it in the form of number of rows and the columns. Like we have to gather the information, like same thing should be written in the same line, and another thing should be written in the another rows and columns. So next one point to be noted is here is order of matrix. What is the order of matrix? It has how many rows and how many columns are present in the matrix, in the given matrix. If there are question, find the order of the matrix, we have to just calculate the number of rows, how many rows are present in the matrix and how many columns are present. For example, I am taking example here. Take the matrix 24, 16 and 12, 18, 9, 3. So, previously we have already known what are the rows and what are the columns. Horizontal lines are called the rows and vertical lines are called the columns. We have to calculate. First of all, in writing the order of the matrix, we have to write the number of rows. A matrix has m rows and n columns. So the order has m cross n. First of all, we have to note down the rows. In this, number of rows are horizontal, right? These are row 1, these are row 2, and these are row 3. So in this matrix, number of rows are given to be 3, and number of columns are this one, column 1, column 2, and columns are given to be 2. Sorry, there are 2 columns are present. So the order of the matrix is 3 cross 2. So we can write this matrix as 3 cross 2 matrix. So understand with the another example. Then suppose I am taking again calculate the number of rows. Rows are given to be 1, first row, second row, third row. Again rows are 3 and columns are 1, 2, 3. So this is a 3 cross 3 matrix. Order is 3 cross 3. So we can say that this is 3 cross 3 matrix. Now we can now one by one we will discuss the types of matrix. How many types? There are different types of matrices. So we get to know how many types of matrices are there. The first one are so easy, that is column matrix. Column matrix are those matrices in which only one column is present. These vertical line is not the column and only one column is present. No another 1, 2 or 3 columns or 4 presents are present. Only one column is present, is called the column matrix. And row matrix, in which only one row is present. These horizontal lines are called the rows and only one row is present in the matrix, that is called the row matrix. And third one is square matrix. Square matrix is that matrix in which number of rows are equal to the number of columns. I have written here that m is equals to m, and m is denoted for the number of rows and n is denoted for the number of columns. Here number of rows and columns are equal. So example here is that there are 3 rows and 3 columns. This is the square matrix in which both are equal. Number of rows and should be equal to the number of columns are called the square matrix. And what is the diagonal matrix? Here diagonal matrix is a form of square matrix. Square matrix in which number of rows and columns are equal. In the diagonal matrix also number of rows are equal to the number of columns, but the non-diagonal elements, here non-diagonal elements are 0. 0. So now another form of is scalar matrix. Scalar matrix is the type of the diagonal matrix is similar to the diagonal matrix, in which again diagonal matrix is the matrix in which all number of rows and columns are equal and the diagonal elements are the non-zero, other than are the zeros. ठीक है? If all the diagonal elements are equal, diagonal matrix is a form of diagonal matrix, but its diagonal elements should be equal. Example here is 4. These are the diagonal 4, 4. Yeah, -1, -1, 2, 2, 16, 16, 24, 24. These diagonals should be same. Next is identity matrix. Identity matrix is the again form of the diagonal matrix, but here the diagonal elements, again number of rows should be equal to the number of columns, but here diagonal elements, these diagonal elements should always 1, no other number than the 1. Only 1 should be there in the diagram, and non-diagonal elements should be 0. No other number should be there on the non-diagonal elements. Okay, and then the zero matrix. Zero matrix is a simple matrix in which all the elements are 0. So moving forward with the questions. The question here is find the values of x, y and z. In this question, there are two matrices. We have given two matrices, and these two matrices are equal. Equality sign is in between there. These two matrices are equal, and we have to calculate the values of these x, y and z. So if two matrices are given to be equal, then these elements should be equal. These elements should be here. 2 is equal to 2. This should be equal to this one. This should be equal to this one. These we can write this matrix in the form of like this one: A11, A12, A21, A22. Okay, and if this matrix is given to be equal to some another matrix, so this A11 should be equal to this A11. Okay, A12 should be equal to A12. A21 should be equal to A22. 21 is equal to 22, A22 is equal to 2. So we can compare these elements. A11 should be compared with A11, A12 should be compared with A12. So first A11 is given to be x plus 5, y, which is given to be 6. This number should be equal to 6, and this 5 plus z is given to be equal to 5. So here you can easily calculate the value of z, that is 5 minus 5, which is equal to 0. We have already calculated the value of z. Now xy is equals to 8. So here from the first equation you can calculate the value of any number x or y. You can calculate any value, or from the second equation you can calculate the value y should be equal to 8 upon x. Put this value in equation first. Put this star value in equation first. We can get y is equals to x plus y is equals to 8 upon x, which is equals to 6. Or there is another method. If you want to calculate the value from this one, from the first equation you can also calculate value x is equals to 6 minus y, and then put the value of x in this. 6 minus y into y is equals to 8. You can follow any of the method. So here we have to take the LCM. LCM should be x. Here we have to multiply it with the x. It should be x square plus 8 is equals to 6. This x square should go on the another side. 6x, x square minus 6x plus 8 is equals to 0. We have to solve this quadratic equation to calculate the value of the x, and then we will put this value in this equation. This x square minus, we have to split this 6 into 4 into 4 and 2 minus minus. We have to we have two values of x, that is x is equals to 2 and x is equals to 4. So we will put this value in this equation, that is y is equals to 8 upon x or y is equals to 8 upon 4. It should be y is equals to 4 and y is equals to 2. We have to get which value should be put. As I have already told, this number should be equal to this a1 a21 should be equal to a21. Putting value x plus y, that is 4 plus 2 should be equal to 6 or 2 plus 4 should be equal to 6. So we can write any of the value. X should be 2 or y should be 4 or y should be 2, x should be 4. So another question is given to be of the same type. Here two matrices are given to be equal and we have to calculate the values of A, B and C. And in the previous question we have already discussed, these elements are A11 should be equal to A11, A12 should be equal to A12, A21 is equals to A21 and A22 is equals to A22. So we can easily calculate the values of A, B, C and D. So A11 A minus B should be equal to -1 and this 2A plus C should be equal to 5 and 2A minus B should be equal to 0 and 3C plus D should be equal to 13. And we have to again apply the same rule, substitution or elimination, and calculate from from the equation third. I am calculating the value of 2A should be equal to B and 2A should be equal to B. Put this value in equation. First I am putting this value of 2A. Value of A should be B upon 2. Put this value in this one. Equation number 1, that A should be equal to B upon 2. Here LCM should be taken. B minus 2B upon 2. B minus 2B is equals to 2. Minus of B should be equal to 2. B is equals to minus 2. Again putting this value of B, we can get the value of A, that is -1. And now we will calculate the value of C. As we know the value of the A, 2 multiplied by -1 plus C should be equal to 5 and -2 plus C should be equal to 5 and C should be equal to 7. Value of C is 7 and value of D minus of 8. So